Hello Danielle, thank you so much for being patient with me getting your reading to you. I know you asked me several days ago. Again, I apologize. I went through a severe psychic attack from a dark entity that I got picked up at this haunted castle looking place that we shot out for 12 hours. Didn't really know what was going on. Had some help from a friend to clear it, and still kind of recovering energetically, but now I definitely feel a lot better. And when my guides are telling me not to read or that it's not the right time, I really try to be honest with that, because I don't want to give someone a half-assed reading or an uninspired reading. And so yeah, I pulled these cards for you, and I'm really excited because you got some good cards. But basically, first, kind of wanted to go into how tarot works for me. I have really done a lot of work connecting with my spirit guides, trusting the visions and the messages that I am receiving, and they are connecting with your spirit guides who are always with you, always watching, and you are aware of them as well. But they are talking to my guides, and we are talking together and using these cards as a tool that they intuitively help me pull to give us a message to work off of, and then drawing conclusions, drawing inspiration from that as well. I had this older deck that I use called the Tarot de Marseille. It was originally made in 1709, and this is a facsimile copy of it, which is really cool. The tarot deck is essentially a playing card deck with 22 extra cards. You have the playing card deck, which is the numbers 1 through 10. There are 4 suits, there are 4 pip cards, and then you have the 22 extra cards, which are essentially the 22 Joker cards, and those are a little bit more pictographic, and you actually picked up one of those and then got to minor arcana cards. So I'll go into more detail about that specifically, but we're going to start with your past card. So in the past, we've pulled the 4 of Swords. 4 is a number of foundation, fated events occurring, and structure. Swords are about thoughts, words, and actions, the element of air. And with this card, in your past, you've really developed a foundation for yourself in your education, in what you have absorbed and what you have researched. I'm definitely seeing all the stuff that you've researched: video, dance, writing, singing, all the things that you have done extensive research on, filmmaking, etc. All of that is really laying down a foundation for you for your future. And sorry, my nose got itchy. Laying a foundation for your future and what is to come, and you are really investing in yourself too. 4 is like a number of investment, making a smart investment, and really considering that investment as well, really appreciating all that you have invested into yourself, all the knowledge that you've invested into yourself, because all of that is going to pay off later on, and is already starting to pay off. And you are always in a state of learning, and you are a learner, and you are an avid learner. You're always willing to learn from any situation, any experience, and that is a methodology that is really going to benefit you and is already benefiting you as well. But it also can say too, you may be frustrated that things haven't happened like you wish they had, or maybe certain fated events may have made you feel like they have prevented you from moving on to the next stage. But all those things happen for a reason. All those things that have happened in your past were all learning lessons to teach you what you needed to know moving forward. And it is preparing you for when the right time occurs, and you will be ready when those things happen, because you are really investing in yourself, and you're prepared for what is to come. You have made yourself ready for when the kiss of fate comes and presents you with an amazing opportunity, which we have the Fool. And the Fool card is one of those major arcana cards, and he's actually the first one, and he doesn't have a number because he is 0. But you see that he has a dog following him, he has a knapsack on his back, he's got a rod, a staff, and he's going on a journey. The Fool is not foolish. The Fool means someone who is just embarking on their journey. They're just beginning to explore the opportunities that are out there. and all of the major arcana cards that come after him are all about the experiences that he is going through each step of the way. So the Fool is this naive card. This Fool is saying, you don't know where you're heading. You don't know what is in the future, but you are open and you are ready to take that adventure, and you are ready to blissfully enjoy that journey. And that's also a key element of this too, is he's enjoying his journey. He doesn't know what's laying before him, but he's not afraid. He has his dog, his companion, on his side. He's got his rod, he's got his staff, which is protecting him and guiding him. And he's got his knapsack, he's got his lunch ready for him, he's prepared, he's ready to go on a journey. So that's the saying too, like I'm picturing with film projects, dance projects, you got to be ready to travel at any point in time, because you never know when an opportunity is going to come up in New York or in Australia or in Egypt that you have to say yes to and be ready to. And you're ready though. You've got your bag packed, you know exactly what you need, and you could prepare for a 2-week journey if you had to. And that is a good place to be in a place of being ready, because you have to be ready for when fate calls and you can say yes to it. And also not being afraid. You might not know where you're going, but you don't have to know yet. The whole point is that you are learning and you're growing and you're expanding. And there's so much you're learning. We're in an eclipse period right now, which the solar eclipse happened on July 3rd. The lunar full moon eclipse is occurring on July 16th. So the in-between time right now is all about how are we building up to that grand finale that's going to come in that full moon. How are we changing over the past 13 days? How much change has occurred in our life? This is also a period that is going to affect us over the next year or two. So what are these positive affirmations that you're saying to yourself? What are those things that you are affirming in yourself to give you that encouragement moving forward? Things like, I am ready for what the universe has to offer. I am ready for that next step. I am ready to say yes to opportunity. I am a person who is abundant with creative ideas, creative potential. I have no limitations. I have no limits. There are no limits for me in what I can accomplish. I can accomplish all of that which I set my mind to. Those types of affirmations that you're going to say to yourself over and over again are going to help you as well to get out of that kind of rut that we can get stuck in as artists, where we start to question our value. We start to question whether it's all worth it. We start to question maybe we should get a real job, those types of things. But not, I say real, like an accounting job or something like that, stability. But that's unfortunately what we signed up for as artists, is that we don't know what's going to happen next. We are creating stability for ourselves in our ability to be resilient and to rely on ourselves, rely on our creative abilities. And also, I'm seeing you going on journeys. I'm seeing you exploring more. I'm seeing you exploring parts of LA that you've never been to. I see you exploring parts outside of LA, exploring the United States, exploring the world. So what do you want to explore? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to see happen for your life? You're just starting out. Where do you want this roadmap to go? Also connecting with your spirit guides too, who are there to offer support and guidance, saying to your ancestors, to your spirit guides, I'm ready for the future. I am ready for what is to come. I know that I am not going to have all the answers right now, but I trust that I am divinely guided, and I trust that my path is going to be made clear for me. That's really beautiful, because in the future card you have the Ace of Coins. And when you ever have an ace in the reading, it really kind of takes over the whole reading and is very symbolic and indicative of where things are headed. So in the future card, having this Ace of Coins, Ace is all about the beginnings. Ace is about new energy, assertiveness, moving forward. And coins are all about money, all about business, but also the element of earth and our material resources. So what are those things, I'm seeing what would be those material resources that you would love, and I'm seeing like an amazing cinema camera, amazing equipment, amazing, those physical resources that you have access to, and dreaming for yourself. Okay, what does the next stage look like for me? What do I want to build? I'm also definitely, film and dance are definitely two things that are tying together, and you're in a great spot for that. And you have something that not very many people have, and that is not only the ability to shoot video, but the ability to edit video, and the ability to edit dance and music video, which is a whole other thing in and of itself. And you are really coming into that, you are starting a new journey, but really that new journey as well is understanding who you are as a filmmaker, and who you are as a creative artist, and who you are that sets you different, sets you apart from everyone else who's doing the same things that you're doing, because you are a creative and unique individual in every way, shape, and form that is you personally. You are different than anyone else, and that uniqueness is your value. It's really finding that inherent value in yourself, really valuing yourself, valuing your time, your energy, and your resources. And those opportunities are coming for you. But you have to say yes to those opportunities, and you also have to be ready for those opportunities, and you have to prepare yourself. So really prepare yourself for that next step. Prepare yourself for what's to come, because there's a lot coming. It's coming fast, and you have really come into an understanding of how things work, how the universe works. So really take that deep breath, come into complete awareness of yourself, and say, yes, I am ready for the next stage of my life. I am ready to move forward with full speed. I don't know exactly where I'm heading, but I know the direction I'm heading, and that direction is forward. I'm moving forward. I'm not looking back. There is nothing I can change in my past. The only thing I can change is now. The only thing that exists is now, and you are making the best use of that. You are really coming into the understanding of yourself, and I'm really excited to see where this takes you, and I'm really excited to see you again. I feel like I've gone through a crazy change over the past year. I know you've gone through crazy changes. Mochi's gone through crazy changes. Everyone I know seems like such a different person than when I left LA, so I'm really excited to come back to LA and see all my friends again, all of my light friends. There's people who I don't stay in contact with at all, and then those people that I have this really strong spiritual connection with, and that's really what made my time in LA really worth it. And you are one of those people, so I really appreciate you staying in contact with me. Love you so much. I appreciate your art. I'm very excited to see where you're heading. You are a very valuable person. You have very valuable skills. Be sure to affirm that in yourself. Be sure to not let others take that from you, and that the only person that you need approval from is you, and that you are moving forward. I can see you moving full steam ahead with what you're doing, where you're going, and what you have to offer the world. So thank you again for reaching out. I hope this reading was helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing and talking with you and working with you very soon.